These 4 players have made it to the Grand Chess Tour finals. Look at the prize money that they are fighting for, a massive $200,000 first prize. And look at Pragg's winnings. He actually topped the Grand Chess Tour and has already won $204,000. But he's never won the Grand Chess Tour, and this is his chance. These are the scorings of the Grand Chess Tour finals. 6 points for classical win, 4 points for rapid wins, and 2 points for blitz wins.
They're up there right now.
There's a number at the bottom. Or...
Wow, are we drawing lots here? No, it's the different colors on the bottom.
Color.
And what color does that say? Black. So you will have black in the first classes again. And
the finals began with Pragg taking on Vincent Keymer and Fabiano Caruana taking on Wesley So. The first classical game between Fabi and Wesley ended in a draw. Now let's have a look at what happened in the game of Pragg and Keymer. The game started off with the English opening and Vincent had the white pieces. Pragg played slightly offbeat and very soon we reached a position that was roundabout even, but Vincent started to take over with b4, b5. Now, in this critical moment, Pragg played the very cool move knight to f5. After taking, he then took e takes d5 and look how both these pieces are attacking here. Vincent came back, Pragg took here, bishop takes and found the amazing move bishop h3 which cuts the king off. He had to go back, and now after takes and takes, this is an exchange of position. A great move for Pragg at this point was to play b5. But this was not easy to understand because c5 looks strong. But then you simply bring your king in and this pawn will fall eventually. Pragg wasn't able to understand this. He played the move king e6. And what stood out for me is the fact that in such a position, White simply played normal chess. And after some moves, when you reach a position like this, the knight was actually fighting against the rook. Believe it or not, the game in fact ended in a draw here. Unbelievable. With 1 pawn per side, the knight really played an incredible role to hold this game to a draw. It was now time for game number 2. This time, Pragg had the white pieces and he began with pawn to e4. It was an intense game and you can see already the amount of pressure because 6 points were at stake here. And the amount of emotions that were seen in this game. This is Pragg almost in disbelief. This is Vincent Keymer who is like, oh my god, why did I do this? Let's have a look at what happened. The second classical game began with the bishop c4, the bishop's opening, and Praggnanandhaa played this very interestingly. A move that stuck with me is f3. Bolstering the pawn in the center and trying for d4. Pragg took and then went into a long castling position with aggressive chances. The game became very exciting when Pragg pushed his pawn to b3, opening up this bishop and attacking the knight. Vincent played d4 and all hell broke loose in such a position where both players were out to kill each other. And then Pragg blundered. In this position, Praggnanandhaa, which he was equal, he took the pawn on h5 and this was a terrible decision because after takes, queen f3, knight to e3 and black is completely winning, defending his rook, attacking opponent's rook, attacking c2, black is in the driver's seat. But Vincent now played knight takes d2, played knight d2 check. And this is your moment. Pause this video and think, how should White win here? Well, Praggnanandhaa simply took the knight, takes, and now the move that I was looking for, which maybe some of you would have found, king c1, and the rook is trapped. Believe it or not, it can't go anywhere. The game continued with rook h5, rook h5, rook f2, but after the trades, the f pawn was extremely strong and Praggnanandhaa won this game without too many difficulties. It was a heartbreaking loss for Vincent. You could see his emotions there. Pragg also knew that he was quite lucky in this encounter to win it. Look at Vincent's expressions there. He couldn't believe that he had lost this game. Well, 6 points deficit is a huge one in a match like this. After the game, Pragg analyzed a bit with his opponent and then came into the commentary room for a very nice interview.
We both are quite tired. It's obvious from the play, and also my nerves was just bad today. Like I just couldn't think when I got 2 seconds. I mean, usually it's a better time control than rapid, and rapid you can actually make some decent moves. But here I just couldn't calculate anything. I was just making whatever that came to my mind, and obviously I got really lucky that he missed king c1. But I mean, even after that, like it was just I couldn't properly calculate. I was just going by my instinct, and somehow it worked.
But on the monitor, here's a moment when you had only 1 second left. He just made the move in time with the 30 seconds. I had talked to you about that when you had 3 seconds left. Now you're down to 1. You're giving everybody a heart attack.
Yeah, I've done that many times. So I think I'm, that was my least of my concern at that time. My position was just so bad.
The score in the semi-finals now stood 9-3 in the favor of Pragg and 8-6 in the favor of Caruana. Pragg came to the Rapid and Blitz day quite relaxed. It felt like he was in his element, but there were still 16 points to be taken, and so you had to be very, very alert. Game 1 of the Rapid began with e4 d6, d4 knight f6, knight c3 e5. I was very excited because this is the opening that I often play with the black pieces. And here it's well known that white must play the knight to f3. But Pragg took on e5 and went into this endgame. Believe it or not, this endgame is considered to be fine for white. But look at how Pragg played. Fine for black. But look at how Pragg plays. Bishop c4, then brings his bishop to d2. He long castles, and then now he pushes his pawn to f4. Knight comes out, knight f3, and before you know it, he was already exerting immense pressure over his opponent here with the move f5. White had taken over. In this position, Pragg played a very nice move rook g2. And Vincent showed that he was not in good shape by playing rook d8. White to play now and find the winning move here. Pragg played this beautiful move, bishop to b4, pinning the bishop, but not only that, preparing rook d2 to put pressure on the d file, and also the bishop keeps up the pressure on f7. Rook h6 was played and Pragg brought his rook in, and after bishop takes bishop, pawn takes, the knight went back to protect. It felt like black would get everything under control with king e7 and so on, but Pragg was there with c4. He's threatening the move c5, and so after take here, it was already very big trouble, because the moment the king here, Pragg had bishop takes f7, winning a crucial pawn, and a few moves later, he won another pawn, and then another pawn fell very quickly, and Pragg was on his way to victory. The final moment of Pragg winning his first Rapid game, and with this, Pragg extended his lead in the match to 10 points. Technically, Vincent could still make a comeback, but it looked very, very difficult. The second Rapid game was even more brutal. The game started off with a Sicilian, and Vincent played the Rosolimo here. Takes, and then Pragg managed to build this nice little center with d6. Already Pragg's position looked really nice, but in this position, Vincent played the move knight d2. This is not a great move, and now Pragg simply pushed his pawn to f4, and the queen is trapped. Look at how Pragg traps the queen. h6, forcing it to take, And now queen e7 with the idea of queen f6 and trapping the queen. And this actually happened with rook at 7, and Vincent Keymer lost his queen and the game. With this win, Pragg had sealed the deal. He now had a huge lead of 14.173 and he had won the semi-finals with 4 Blitz games to go. What a performance. Let's have a look at the key moments of the Blitz games. The first game was going in Vincent's favor with the black pieces. Pragg played the move bishop f8 and both players had only few seconds left here. If Vincent would have played knight takes e3, he would have won the game because this is hanging here, the rook is hanging, and after something like rook g1, you take and king g6 and black is winning. But instead, here he played the move rook takes f8, absolutely missing queen takes g7, and he resigned because after takes, king h8, rook takes f8 was losing. With this, Pragg moved to 19-3. Let's go to the key moment of the second Blitz game. In this position, Pragg with the black pieces pushed his pawn to f5. And now, Vincent took this pawn. Pragg already had a huge advantage with king moving away, rook g8, the other rook coming in. It's a promise to be a mating attack. However, the game went on, and eventually, in this position where Pragg was still completely winning, he maybe lost on time here, and Vincent got his first win in. A nice feeling, 19-5 the score. We go on to the third Blitz game, and here Vincent is pressing with the black pieces, but there's a beautiful way to try for a draw, like equality with white. White to play, what move should Pragg play? It's a very typical theme, you should know about it. So these two rooks are on the 7th rank and the king is attacking here. They are dangerous. Rook f3 is a threat and then you start losing pawns. Pragg played rook b5 and this is exactly what happened. Everything fell apart and Vincent managed to win the game. The key move here is to pursue this rook, rook a1. If you take here, I take here. If you take here, if you go here, I go here. You go here, I go here. I keep on following you. And that would have given equality and Pragg would have managed to draw, but he wasn't able to. Vincent got his second win. The score was 19-7. And then the final Blitz game here where pawn came to d5 by Pragg. Not a good move. He should have played rook e6 defending here. The position is fine, maybe playable, but he played d5 and after knight d6, he lost an exchange here and went on to lose this. Vincent got a couple of 3 victories in a row, but the score was a massive 19-9 win for Praggnanandhaa.
No, I think it's just yesterday's game. I mean, today it was it kind of went smooth, but I think it all started with yesterday's game, so that was more crucial.
Yeah, last year you had a different situation in the finals. This year you managed to win. Like, did you learn something from the previous finals in Brazil?
I mean, my rapid blitz got better, but I don't think that is like the main thing today. I mean, as I said, yesterday was the key game, and today is just went my way. It was all down to yesterday.
Caruana, on the other hand, won his match, and so in this way, Pragg and Caruana have now set up the Grand Chess Tour Finals. This is going to be epic. We're going to have amazing fun. 2 of the best classical players in the world face off against each other in a similar format like the semi-finals, and I'll try to bring you all the updates from there. For the third place, it will be Vincent Keymer versus Wesley So. This is Sagar Shah signing off. Hope you enjoyed the recap. Bye bye.